Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games. And today, we're going to be watching an epic matchup between Crusadia, piloted by me, against TJ and Lost World Dinosaur. Now, this matchup is so excellent. Let's go ahead and check up the stats. We actually do have enough time between the shuffling, cutting, and preparing that I can show you guys some stats in live action. It's going to be really fun to see how both of these decks are going to fare, with Crusadia having a little bit more of the OTK advantage and TJ having just a little bit more flexibility inside of his Lost World Dinosaur build. I think that these decks are going to be some really awesome competitors against each other, but even more importantly, one thing I do want to highlight is that this game will be relatively short because of these decks being able to go at it. Now, I know we've been very fortunate to have decks that are games that have not lasted more than 20 minutes, but this one shouldn't be more of the case. Be prepared in the near future that we'll have a couple of games that should last a little longer. I'm just expecting it. I'm feeling it should happen. But let's start off with this game. TJ is going to have to go first after losing the dice roll, and he's going to start off with some pretty brilliant plays. I think that he's going to start off very well. First thing he's going to do is activate Fossil Dig, which allows him to add one dinosaur monster that is level 6 or lower from his deck to his hand. It's going to be pretty pivotal to his combos. I'm really wondering what he's going to activate, probably just Soul Eating Overreactor, because that's probably one of the better cards to add. As you guys can see, he is going to be adding Soul Eating Overreactor from his deck to his hand, but it's going to be really interesting to see what he's going to follow up with. I think that Soul Eating Overreactor is only combo best with his Lost World card, which is going to have a terraforming to search his Lost World. So he's going to be able to start off with some pretty decent cards to make a very big board, or even a very decent board depending on the extra cards that he has in his hand. I think he's going to be really solid off now that he has Lost World and Soul Eating Overreactor. Now, it still does take a little bit of combo, a little bit of time, a little bit of patience and sequence, but TJ is going to follow up with his Lost World spell card, and basically what it does is that when he normal summons a dinosaur monster like Soul Eating Overreactor, he's going to be able to get a token monster to the opponent's side of the field. So he's going to activate Soul Eating Overreactor as Chain Link 1 and Lost World as Chain Link 2, giving me a token on my monster on my side of the field, but more importantly, adding a dinosaur monster from his deck to his hand. Now, the reason why you want to do that is because if you activate Lost World as a Chain Link 2 and Soul Eating Overreactor as Chain Link 1, cards like Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, or even Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit cannot respond to the Soul Eating Overreactor, mainly because the Soul Eating Overreactor is Chain Link 1, whereas the Lost World is Chain Link 2. TJ is going to furthermore use his Soul Eating Overreactor to activate and add Miscellaneous Service, and then discard it from his hand to activate its effect. Basically, what it does is it protects his dinosaur monsters all on the sun, every dinosaur monster that will be summoned on his side of the field for the entire phase. He's going to go ahead and use the effect of Soul Eating Overreactor to destroy my token, but protect it. Destroying the baby Ceres to special summon Giant Rex to his side of the field. He has a pretty decent board. He's then going to follow up with a Link Summon using both of those monsters, possibly to make Nightmare Cerberus. Cerberus could destroy my token and draw him a card, or I feel like he's going to make a more offensive board. I feel like he's going to make more of an offensive board. He's going to use that to make Land Fornicus. I cannot say this card's name right for the life of me. Land Fornicus. Basically just a generic Link 2 monster with arrows pointing down. Really good from the Power Code structure deck, I believe. But it's one of the better cards that have came out of a starter or structure deck and of recent time. He's going to follow up by banishing 4 of his monsters through Miscellaneous Services effect to special summon another Giant Rex from his deck to his side of the field, and then follow up by using both of those monsters for an Exceed summon. Oh my! TJ's is going in there. That is some pretty good sauce that he's putting on his board. I'm pretty interested to see what monster he's going to summon. It's going to be pretty interesting to see. Is he going to summon Logia, Dolka, Dweller? All of them are very powerful cards going first against the opponent, depending on what they're playing. In this situation, I think Evilsaur Logia would be the best option, and he's just going to go ahead and do just that. Now, the reason why is because Dolka can activate its effect multiple times to negate multiple card effects. So that's something you really want to see. Now, prepared for a board wipe? Probably not, but he's still pretty well set with Adolka being able to negate 2 cards and his Land Fornicus being able to summon another monster. But I'm going to go ahead and respond with Kaiju Interrupted Slumber, and that card is pretty powerful against any deck. It's going to destroy all monsters on the side of the field and then summon 2 Kaiju monsters to the field. He's going to go ahead and lose his Land Fornicus and his Evilsaur Dolka, but he's actually going to be able to protect the token And doing that by Lost World, he's going to destroy Baby Saris to special summon a Soul Eating Overreactor from his deck to his side of the field. I can only assume he's going to summon Soul Eating Overreactor. That's going to trigger Overreactor's effect to add one Dinosaur monster from his deck to his hand, so he's in a pretty good position, being able to add Ultimate Conductor Tyranno from his deck to his hand. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my Kaijus, and now I know it's a race against time. I was able to break his board, but now I probably need to win the game as soon as possible. It doesn't help that this token monster could be a little bit of a problem, seeing that the longer that it stays on the field, the more I can't just straight up target monsters toward destruction or anything else. So again, we're going to need to see some really good play, some excellent play by the TheCaliEffect, and I think I'm going to go ahead and not disappoint you guys. After sending that card to the graveyard, I'm going to go ahead and follow with the normal summon of Rescue Kitty. This card's really good, being able to send itself to the graveyard to special summon 2 level 3 beast monsters to my side of the field. Now, their effects are negated, but that's not really important for this Crusadia deck. I'm going to be able to summon 2 of the most powerful monsters from my deck, Crusadia Leonis. And that monster is really good because it's just a monster to summon Rescue Cat. It's not the best card. But I'm going to use it for a link summon of Crusadia Magius. And that card is actually really powerful. When a monster is summoned to its link zone or special summoned to its link zone, I can actually activate the effect to add a Crusadia monster from my deck to my hand. And that's actually going to be the best part about the Crusadias, is that little level 1 or that little link 1 monster is going to get a lot of searches. Thinking about what I can do next, possibly make the Nightmare Phoenix with the Leather Leonis and the token to destroy his Lost World and be able to draw a card. I think that would be prime. I don't want to get into the Kaiju just yet because I want my monster to be pretty strong, and the Kaiju is going to help me with that, seeing that it is in the main monster zone that I do want. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and use the token and the Crusadia Leonis to make the Nightmare Phoenix like I expected, discarding 1 card from my hand to draw a card, but not before I activate Crusadia Magius effect, which is going to allow me to search a card as well. So the way that I stack them is Nightmare Phoenix is going to be Chainlink 2, Magius is going to be Chainlink 1, and the reason why I do this is because I want, first of all, I want my effect of Crusadia Magius. Secondly, Nightmare Phoenix isn't really that important. TJ is going to go ahead and respond with Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Am I going to let that go through? Probably not. No, I have the Called by the Grave, not only stopping the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, but allowing me to keep my Nightmare Phoenix on my side of the field and banishing, of course, this said Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. So that's going to be pretty dope. And now I'm going to be able to continue with my combos. I'm still not 100% sure why we're moving like old ladies, to be honest with you guys. This game should have been a lot faster. Maybe I should speed it up a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that now. We're pretty much too much into the game. Actually allows me to explain a little bit more. I'm going to use both my Nightmare Phoenix and my Crusadia Magius for Crusadia Equimax. And this guy is the boss monster, gaining attack for every monster that he points to. He already gained 5,500 from both my Kaijus, and Crusadia Revival's not only going to give it 500 more attack, it's going to allow me to attack every single monster that he controls, putting TJ at a really bad position. This Crusadia Equimax could actually swing for quite the bit of damage. He's also going to read the card, trying to figure out how he can do it. Crusadia Equimax does have another effect that it can tribute a Crusadia monster to target a face-up card on the field and negate it, but that's not really what we're playing this card for. Why? We want to inflict a massive amount of damage. That's pretty much it. We don't really want to do anything else. I'm going to go ahead and special summon Crusadia Draco to my side of the field, giving me enough to actually, I think, attack for game, because it's going to add Leonis from my deck to my hand, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to attack the I'm going to attack the Soul Eating Overreactor and then the Kaiju Gamazelle, which probably would give me enough for game. I'm not 100% sure. I'm thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's actually telling me, like, this is game. And I'm like, this ain't game. And I'm like, yeah, this is game. And I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like doing math. This plus this. All right, sure, it's game. We're going to go into game 2. Not 100% sure if it really was game, but I'm pretty sure you guys will let me know down below in the comment section that it wasn't. If it wasn't, then game 2 is going to be extremely fun to play. Crusadias versus Dinosaur. And this time, Crusadia is going to have to go first, are they not? Or is TJ going to opt to go first with his Lost World Dinosaur, thinking that he has such of an advantage? I think that Lost World Dinosaur is equipped more to go first rather than second. He's going to force me to go first, and I'm actually going to go ahead and normal summon my Crusadia Maximus and use it for another summon of Crusadia Magius. Now that's going to go ahead and that's going to allow me to special summon Crusadia Arborea. And that card's actually really good. Being able to banish itself from the graveyard to prevent the destruction of a card, pretty decent. And the fact that it's a level 3 tuner, kind of good. I'm going to go ahead and use Mattress Effect to add Crusadia Draco from my deck to my hand, and then use both of those monsters for a Link 2 summon to a new Crusadia monster, and then summon Draco to the side of the field, which is going to trigger Regulex's effect. That's going to add Crusadia Vanguard from my deck to my hand. It's really interesting that I add Vanguard as opposed to the field spell or even the spell card, the power that allows me to protect my monster or give my monsters attack. I'm going to then finally use both of those monsters for a Link summon to my Crusadia Equimax, and now I have a monster on the field that can gain attack and do some horribly great damage. I'm going to set 2 cards face down and then follow up with the Crusadia Maximus to the Equimax, giving me some solid negation. TJ going on his turn is going to activate Lost World and then follow up with Gold Sarcophagus. Now it's going to be a really sad day because I make the ultimate misplay. I'm not going to negate the Gold Sarcophagus with the Equimax. It almost feels like I needed to negate it, but it's too late. He's going to special summon the Giant Rex to his side of the field, and I have another opportunity to activate some cards to put him in a very bad position, and I just decide not to. It just like goes over my head what's going on. He's going to go ahead and special summon a token to my side of the field, and now I can't use Equimax to negate his Dinosaur plays, and it's going to put him at a really good position to break my board and do something of his own. That huge misplay by TheCaliEffect. You guys don't see me misplay that often, but when I do, man, everybody has those type of brain farts where it just goes over your head sometimes. I'm just very fortunate that it doesn't happen too often. That would make me be seen as, I don't know, a subpar player. Let's just put it that way. TJ definitely thinking about what he can do to break my board. That was a special summon. If you can follow up with another monster, probably a Soul Eating Overreactor, he's in a good position. But the way that he is taking a long time to figure out his play, I doubt that he actually has said Soul Eating Overreactor in his hand. So it's going to be interesting, again, like what I said, to see what he's going to follow up with. Possibly, I don't know, maybe he bricked. Maybe the Giant Rex is the only play he can follow up with, or maybe he's just contemplating my back row. Is my back row that powerful? Will it allow him to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and can he plow through it? Crusadias don't really have that many options, and looking at his hand, he actually has a Miscellaneous Eris, but he's going to go ahead and opt to summon the Giant Rex. He's going to use the Giant Rex to attack into the token and then protect it using his Lost World, destroying a Baby Saris. Now, Baby Saris' effect is going to trigger do summon Soul Eating Overreactor from my deck to my side of the field, and now he's in a pretty good position. The Soul Eating Overreactor is going to activate its effect to possibly add a Ultimate Conductor Tyranno from his deck to his hand. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Yes, it is. Tyranno is such a powerful card in today's metagame. Even with Link's not being able to be in defense position, Tyranno can prevent the monsters being summoned before you make those crucial plays. He's then going to use his second Giant Rex to attack into my Crusadia monster. No, he's going to use the Overreactor to attack into my Crusadia monster, then the Giant Rex to attack over my Equimax. Now, keep in mind, Lost World does have an additional effect. Any monster that's not Dinosaur on the field loses 500 attack, so that's going to be pretty nasty. He's going to use both his Giant Rexes for a Link summon, and that's probably going to make, yep, a land Fornicus, and then he's going to banish 2 Dinosaur monsters from his graveyard to special summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to his side of the field, or at least I would assume that's what he would do, because it's exactly what I would do in this particular situation. Now keep in mind, he still has the Miscellaneous Eris in his hand, so even if I do open a board wipe, such as Kaiju Slumber, he's going to be able to Miscellaneous Eris his Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to protect himself and further his game state. So now Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is going to hit the board, and being able to destroy a card on his hand or field to flip all my monsters face down is a pretty good card, and it puts me at a very risky situation. Unfortunately for me, I did not come with the stats. I did not come with the facts. I didn't come with anything to break me out of this situation other than my stupid misplay that cost me the game because I didn't make the correct play. But, oh well, I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Rescue Cat, see if I can get away with it. He's like, nah, homie. We're going to activate Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. We're going to destroy a Baby Saris in my hand. And I'm like, this is not a good day. We're going to flip our monster face down. Definitely debating on what I can do next. I'm pretty sure this game is over because he's going to special summon a Soul Eating Overreactor from his graveyard or from his deck to his side of the field, and then use the Overreactor possibly to add another Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. That's what you saw. You saw it right. A second copy of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, as well as giving me another token. Man, this is a very slippery slope that Crusadias just don't seem to be able to get out of. And again, that huge misplay causes the game, not only to mention that Lost World Dinosaur did take advantage, and we don't necessarily know what its face down card could have been. It could be anything to disrupt that play. It could have been Cosmic Cyclone, Mystical Space Typhoon, anything really. I don't know. I can't really say so. So even if we did play optimally, we can't really say that that would have been the best way to play. So looking at the rest of my hand, I'm going to go ahead and scoop it up, give it to TJ, and no, it wasn't called by the grave. So yeah, he still had a pretty decent showing of his board on his side of the field. So going into game 3, I don't know why I have 7,800 life points. You guys obviously won't see that, or maybe you will. I probably won't fix it because, you know, sometimes I'm just a lazy F word. But, oh, actually, I had 7,800 life points because I did take damage from the last game. But it is what it is. Going into game 3, he's going to go ahead and activate Lost World and follow up with the Soul Eating Overreactor. I'm going to activate Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, but TJ has Soul Eating Overreactor as Chain Link 1. I can't Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring a card that can't be Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring at this current time, because the last thing that happened was the Lost World. Now, TJ not taking advantage of seeing Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring in my hand. Maybe he's going by honor code, just going to play through his strategy to show you guys what exactly would happen to Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring in this particular situation. He's going to go ahead and give me a token and then add from his deck to his hand an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. That means he probably already has the Miscellaneous Ceres in his hand already, which puts him in a pretty solid spot. I think that a Shadow version of this deck is extremely popular, and if you guys want to see both a Lost World and Shadow Dinosaur version, then go ahead and destroy that like button. Let's see if we can get the 350 likes again, guys. That's it. 350 likes. Let's see if we can do it again, and I will do a Shadow Dinosaur slash Lost World Dinosaur deck profile. They're really awesome. I already have it built. Pretty sure I'm gonna give it to you guys anyways, but anyways, let's just see if we can get as many likes as possible before the video goes out. I really do appreciate you guys. He's gonna use both of those monsters for a Link Summon of Land Fornicus again, and then he's gonna activate the effects of Miscellaneous Ceres, and I'm gonna go ahead and Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring right there, because that's pretty good time to do it. If there was any other time to do it, that would be the time. So he's gonna go ahead and get his Giant Rex to his side of the field. And if he did have Call by the Grave to stop the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, then I would have been in trouble, because he would have been able to summon a Evil Sword Dolka to his side of the field, and then getting rid of the Dolka would have allowed him to special summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Rescue Cat and use the effect of Rescue Cat to special summon 2 Crusadia Leonotis to my side of the field. And I find it really interesting that all 3 games I've opened Rescue Cat. That's pretty good. Rescue Cat's great for going first, it's great for going second. It's great for almost everything. Rescue Cat's just a solid card. I'm going to go ahead and special summon Elephant this time around. Elephant's going to be really interesting. How am I going to actually make the Nat Beast? Can I lock down my opponent? So yes, we're going to go ahead and special summon the Elephant and a Crusadia Leonotis. And then what else are we going to follow up with? I feel like that if TJ had like a Torrential Tribute or anything else, he would be in a really good position. Maybe I'm not getting the Elephant. Maybe we're not having hella fun. Get it? Hella fun, hella fun. I'm so funny at times. TJ not opening any hand traps to stop me, or at least that's what it seems like. Looks like I'm going to be able to go off. Yes, I'm going to get the Elephant and possibly use or start linking off if I so please. Using the Leonis, yes, for a Crusadia Magus. And then possibly I still have it. Oh, actually I have normal summon. I had normal summon the Rescue Cat. But hopefully I still have another Crusadia monster in my hand and not have to use the Elephant. Yes, I'm going to use Orborea to trigger Magius effect. TJ has no responses, so I'm going to go ahead and add from my deck to my hand Crusadia Draco, I would assume. And then I'm going to follow up with the token that TJ gave me, as well as the Orborea, to possibly make Nightmare Phoenix, because that Lost World is such a pain. Looking at what I can do, I really do think that the Nightmare Phoenix is the best play, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And maybe the Magus? No, don't do that, TheCaliEffect. Yes, use the token. Get the token off the field. Use the token. No, maybe yes. Definitely thinking about what I'm going to do with these plays. So, yes, I'm actually going to use the token. Good job, good job. Pat myself on the back. And then with that, we're going to make the Nightmare Phoenix. Phoenix's effect to activate and Magic's effect to activate. Discard to destroy a spell or trap card, and since it's co-link, draw a card, as well as add a Crusadia monster from my, a Crusadia monster from my deck to my hand. So pretty good effects to get off. And right from there, I can go straight into the Equimax, because, you know, Equimax just requires 1 Crusadia monster plus 1 non-Crusadia, or 1 or more, it requires a link 3 of at least 1 Crusadia monster. I'm going to use both of those monsters for a link play, possibly the Equimax. No, I'm going to summon Regulex because Nightmare Phoenix can be treated as a link 2 or just one monster. I'm going to use them both for another link 2 for Regulex and then special summon the Draco under the Regulex to act Maximus back from my graveyard to my hand that was discarded through the Phoenix's effect. Now I'm going to use Regulex's effect to search a Crusadia power, maybe, from my deck to my hand. Something to put more cards on my board because, you know, I'm gonna probably either OTK or shut down my opponent if I have another Leonis in my deck or in my hand. So really debating on what I can add, see if I can do enough damage. I don't know what you're waiting on, TheCaliEffect. It looks like you're gonna be able to do enough damage if you can put a decent amount. If not, you have the Notoria Beast and you broke the Lost World, so you might be in a good position. So yes, I'm gonna add the Crusadia card that I need from my deck to my hand. And then I'm going to go ahead and follow up with the Regulex plus the Draco to make Crusadia Equimax. I have to make Equimax. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and make the Equimax. Now I'm going to follow up with the Crusadia Leonis and use both of those monsters for a synchro summon of Notoria Beast. Wow, talk about a little bit overkill, but kind of needed because I do need that monster's attack on my side of the field. Now, if I remember correctly, this is actually where I just needed to find the Notoria Beast, so I had to get up. Actually, don't get my Notoria Beast because I completely forgot to put it in my extra deck, but it's all good. We back with the Notoria Beast. And then we can follow up with the rest of the play by summoning the Maximus and then activating the card effects to target my Maximus and swing for some massive damage, which will be game. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. If you didn't, let us know what we could do to improve down below in the description. Also, be sure to get this as many likes as possible. I really want to get you guys that 2 deck profiles in one of the Dinos. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.